Mr. Mayor, Commissioner Bell, Monsignor. A special thank you to Shauna and Raina, to St. John Newman, Miami-Dade County and the City of Miami, and in a particular way to Miami-Dade County Public Works. What Commissioner Bell just mentioned was indeed very special and very significant, to be able to have this street designated during the last day of the month of September. This is indeed historic, where a child who has been victim to pediatric cancer is honored by a street designation during National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. And I'd like to thank all of you for your support, not only during Bella's battle, not only during the difficult days of her passing, but also now as we continue our mission in her memory and in her name. All of you that support us and outstanding organizations like the Miami Marlins and the Miami Heat that are fueling us now with the Live Like Bella Foundation to help other families and other children. I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for your continued support. You know, only 4 months ago, Shauna and I joined an exclusive club that no one would ever want to be a part of. And that is that we held our daughter in her first breath on earth and in her very last. As difficult as that is, and it seems, we consider it a gift. And we consider it a gift because when Bella passed away, something remarkable happened. About 10 minutes after she stopped breathing, an enormous smile came across her face. And for all of us that were present at that moment, we witnessed something remarkable. Even our beloved Father Craig, who was there at the precise moment of her passing, was in shock of what we saw. That smile, that comforted us. What must she have seen but the glory of God? And I believe that at that moment is when she heard the words that we will all long to hear. Well done, good and faithful servant. Only 4 years ago, we asked you to believe. We asked you to believe fervently, and I asked you and I ask again that when you read in the obituary and in the headlines that Bella has died, don't believe it, because she is more alive than she's been in her entire existence. And today is proof of that. And so we're honored, but the question is, how is it? How is it that a child who was born with developmental delays, who was made fun of and marginalized, who later became paralyzed and diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, who seemingly was so insignificant, she had no wealth, she had no fame, she had no voice, she barely spoke, she had no vote. How is it then that so many people were inspired by her life and her battle? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe what people saw in that smile and in those eyes was the real presence of God. Today's gospel, we read once again that Jesus reiterates that what you do for the least of my brothers, specifically for the children, you did for me. And today, this naming in her honor and in her name is something that is truly extraordinary. So today, as so many have asked you and asked me, how do we feel? How do I feel? I feel inspired. I feel inspired that because through our foundation, through the Live Like Bella Foundation, we will continue her legacy of bravery, of courage, and unwavering faith. I feel inspired because we are assisting families now who are facing hardship, who are facing an unfathomable grief. I'm inspired because we are one day closer to finding and funding targeted, non-toxic research for childhood cancer. I'm inspired because we are one day closer to offering more than the incredibly harsh chemotherapies that we currently offer our children, that are nothing more than heterogenic compounds, which are the same derivatives that we find in brake fluid. I'm inspired. I'm inspired that soon the handcuffs that are currently placed on our pediatric oncologists will come off, and they will have innovative treatments to treat children with cancer. And they will have more arrows in their quiver than they have ever had before. And they will no longer, through their therapies, which they are only restricted to use, cause the immediate and abhorrent destruction of their patients. Ladies and gentlemen, pediatric cancer will one day be a treatable and curable disease. I'm inspired. I'm inspired because that working together, all of us, one day we will see that those words, "Your child has cancer," are no longer a death sentence. We will see that those words will one day be exterminated from our vocabulary, and that they will be, as part of our history, a dark past which will be greatly overshadowed by the brightness of the future of our children. I'm inspired. And I'm asking all of you to be inspired with me. I'm asking all of you to join us in this fight, and I'm asking you to please visit livelikebella.org and make your tax-deductible donation and help us in this fight. You know, I often found Bella, one of the things that was remarkable about her is that I would frequently find Bella praying by herself, whether she was alone in a corner or kneeling by herself physically. And I would ask her, "Honey, who are you praying for?" And she would say, "I'm praying for my friends, Daddy." Today and every day, and through this foundation, we are helping her friends. And we will continue to do so. And I know that the next time we are reunited with her, and the next time that we see that beautiful smile, will be in heaven, in the glory of God. And she will be well pleased with the progress and the work that we've done in her memory and in her name. And so I thank you all for being here today. And we have an added surprise. So before I ask Mr. Mayor to unveil this street, we have a special surprise from our friends from the Miami Heat. If I could please have Dr. Gigi DeVillers and Tracy Morning please join us at the podium.